2015 is coming to an end, and we've got several great and not so great games throughout the year. From early spring releases such as Dragon Ball Xenoverse to November's biggest titles such as Star Wars Battlefront, 2015 will certainly be a gaming year to remember. I'm SonicGX98's, and today I'm going to reveal my top 10 games of 2015. In order to qualify for this list, either the game must have been released in 2015, or in the case of an episodic game such as Broken Age, the majority of that game's episodes must have been released in 2015. So, without further ado, let's begin. Wait, what are we still doing using this intro? Hang on, just let me get the new intro right here. Honorable mentions. Broken Age Act 2.
We fought the monster instead of feeding it.
You're a dangerous girl, Vela. Something tells me we don't even know yet how much.
D4, Dark Dreams Don't Die, Season 1.
Someone killed my wife. I have no memories of that day. The only thing I do remember are the words that little Peggy whispered as she died.
Look. 4D.
Halo 5 Guardians.
In the last 72 hours, 5 colonies have experienced identical events. Massive destruction.
Hostile contact!
Go! Run!
I tried to warn you this was happening.
I mean, how are we even supposed to bring them in? Ask politely?
You're to return to infinity immediately.
Negative infinity. I don't like it.
Minecraft Story Mode.
Everyone's running away, except for you.
Our gang sticks together, that's what we do.
It's in your hands now! Go!
Number 10. Mortal Kombat X. What will definitely go down as the best fighting game of 2015, Mortal Kombat X redefined the Mortal Kombat series as a whole. Taking place 25 years after the 2011 Mortal Kombat reboot, Mortal Kombat X's story mode introduces several new fighters alongside the original cast, with some of them being direct descendants of said cast. This includes Cassie Cage, the daughter of Johnny Cage and Sonya Blade, and Takeda, the son of Kenshi. Along with a large roster of new characters, Mortal Kombat X adds a more refined combo system, all new fighting styles in the form of 3 variations per character, and of course, even more brutal X-rays and fatalities.
Cassie wins. Fatality.
Number 9. Fallout 4. Yes, I'm sure most of you are flipping your tables or are about to write angry comments on why Fallout 4 is so low on this list. Honestly, I've never been a big fan of Bethesda games, but Fallout 4 actually looked good enough to try. Surprisingly, I really enjoyed my journey through the Commonwealth in this post-apocalyptic world, and the vast amount of death in this game just maybe convinced me to try more Bethesda games in the future.
Let's go, boy.
Number 8. Call of Duty Black Ops 3. Treyarch has always been my favorite Call of Duty developer, whether it be due to the several fun additions they add to multiplayer with each installment, or the news of new features to the ever-popular Zombies mode. For Black Ops 3, however, Treyarch seems to have outdone themselves once again. From reintroducing popular modes such as a 4-player co-op campaign, new Team Fortress-like classes for multiplayer, and actual customization for zombies, not to mention the brand new traversal system introduced with this entry, Black Ops 3 seems to be a definitive Call of Duty game for this generation.
Only a fool would dare to change history.
I am no fool. What I do only to secure a better tomorrow.
Yeah, well, let's see if we live to see it.
Number 7. Dying Light. I was super excited for Dying Light back when it was first announced at E3 2013. A game that blends both the parkour action of Mirror's Edge and the zombie-slaying features of the Dead Island series for a brand new story, this game has everything I could ever hope for a story-driven zombie game. Not only did Techland do a great job in balancing the amount of parkour and zombie killing you'll be doing in this game, and make sure you have fun doing it, the game also featured an actually interesting story that got me to care about the characters. It was great seeing how Crane progressed through the game and the various trials he had to overcome. The main Dying Light story was certainly fun to experience, and I cannot wait until next year for Crane's next journey in the following DLC, coming early next year.
Live by your own rules, Crane. Or are you merely someone else's puppet?
Number 6. Transformers Devastation. Back on my top 10 games of E3 2015 list, I say that this is my number 1 game I was looking forward to, and it did not disappoint. Tied with Metal Gear Rising for the best platinum game ever in my opinion, Transformers Devastation really makes you feel like you're watching an episode straight out of the original cartoon, which is further supported by the majority of the game's cast consisting of the same actors from the original TV show. Not only did I have a variety in choosing by whether to play as Optimus, Bumblebee, Sideswipe, Wheeljack, or Grimlock for each mission, but I also got to choose from an entire arsenal of weapons. While I started out with Bumblebee being a close-range fighter with upgraded fists, I was able to do even more damage thanks to a pair of electrically charged swords I crafted for him by combining several low-level weapons together. The combat really made this game for me, and based on the stinger at the end of the game, I would love for Platinum to make a sequel to this.
Megatron, what is the meaning of this?
Optimus, come to save the day, I presume?
I am here to stop you from destroying the city.
Stop me? Oh, Prime! You have no idea what you're really up against, do you? Who is really behind this?
Number 5. Game of Thrones Season 1. Back when Telltale announced this game along with Tales from the Borderlands at the 2013 VGAs, I had no knowledge of the large world of Westeros. As such, I then proceeded to spend the following summer binge-watching the first 4 seasons of the TV show just before Episode 1 was released last December. Game of Thrones' tale of the Foresters' fight for survival against the White Hills and other enemies was certainly executed very well. It might have been even higher on this list had it not been for the season finale with Episode 6. While I stated on my Let's Play of the episode that I enjoyed the ending, I instantly changed my mind upon seeing several variations of the ending, with almost no difference based on all the choices I made this season. No matter what you do throughout this game, the outcome will always be the same, and leave several cliffhangers unresolved by the game's closing moments. This series certainly has, in my opinion, the weakest finale episode of any Telltale game yet, and I hope that Telltale will learn from their mistake while creating Season 2.
I've done what I've needed to do.
For your family. I think we both know it's a convenient lie we tell ourselves.
Number 4. Life is Strange Season 1. This game came completely out of left field for me. I never even heard about it until the day after Episode 1 came out. However, this did not prevent me from trying this episodic game out, which, to say, I was very glad I played. Unlike Game of Thrones, I actually felt a much closer connection to Max and the struggle she was going through, being a senior in high school myself. The developing relationships Max has with the game's cast, especially with Chloe, are all very integral to showing how Max changes as a character. Donut has created a series so good it even rivals that of Telltale stories, and I cannot wait to see what they have planned for Season 2. Whenever it comes out.
I wish I could rewind back all the way to this day and change everything. Oh my god.
Number 3. Until Dawn. Unlike Life is Strange, I had a thorough knowledge of Until Dawn far before it came out, first seen at the 2014 VGAs. Being a big fan of high-budget choice-driven games like the Mass Effect series and Beyond Two Souls, Until Dawn seemed like it could deliver, and deliver it did. My main pro with this game was how dynamic the game can be depending on the status of its characters throughout the game. Some scenes may not even occur at all if a certain character died prior to that moment. With over a dozen endings the game has, Supermassive has proven itself to be capable of writing a Telltale-level story with actual consequences on choice, and I would love to see him tackle a sequel with a similar formula.
What the hell have you done to them?
Number 2. Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain. I was super excited following Metal Gear Solid 5's announcement at E3 2013, always speculating on the dozens of turns the story could take. When the game finally released this September, it failed to disappoint. Playing very similarly to 2010's Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker, the Phantom Pain's massive world opens up several variations of infiltration, ranging from non-lethal sneaking missions to all-out firefights. The game's story is also one of the series' best, neatly tying in all the previous entries and answering most of the series' most popular questions. Although the game ended up getting almost half of its content cut before release, Metal Gear Solid 5 still excelled in what it had, and is a great send-off to the Metal Gear Solid series.
I won't scatter your sorrow to the heartless, see? I will always be with you.
Before I reveal my number 1 game of 2015, let's recap on what the past 9 were. Number 10, Mortal Kombat X. Number 9, Fallout 4. Number 8, Call of Duty Black Ops 3. Number 7, Dying Light. Number 6, Transformers Devastation. Number 5, Game of Thrones Season 1. Number 4, Life is Strange Season 1. Number 3, Until Dawn. And number 2, Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain. And now, my number 1 game of 2015. Tales from the Borderlands, a Telltale game series. From the moment recent Vaughn arrived on Pandora listening to Busy Earnin' and what looked like an intro ripped straight out of a typical Borderlands game, I knew this game was going to be special. Having already been a big Borderlands fan prior to this game's announcement, I was beyond excited when I heard that Telltale was turning one of my favorite first-person shooters into a Telltale game. There was never a low point with this series, with each episode always surpassing the last. Tales from the Borderlands was able to not only tell a dramatic story like The Walking Dead and Game of Thrones, but also balance it out with comedy that was actually good for once in a game. The main cast is one of the best I've ever seen in a video game, actually making me feel sympathetic towards even the bad guys sometimes. The obstacles Reese, Fiona, Sasha, and Vaughn overcome on their journey to discover the truth about the Gortys Project allow these main 4 characters to be well fleshed out over the game's entirety. Not only did Tales from the Borderlands have a great story, but its choices actually had consequences to altering said story. Depending on how you played Reese and Fiona, you may not have certain people help you out in situations, with the big final fight at the end of Episode 5 being a great example. Overall, Tales from the Borderlands is, in my opinion, Telltale's masterpiece, and I would love for this game to get a Season 2, or at least continue Reese's Fiona's story in Borderlands 3, whenever it may come out.
I gotta say, I'm a little sad it's over.
Well, who knows? Maybe this is just the beginning.
So that's my top 10 games of 2015, but what about all of you? Comment your top 10 games below and be sure to leave a like and subscribe while you're at it. See you all later.